All right, well, when the kids grow up and they go away to college, some parents get a little sad by that. But Maz Robber and Amy Reingold sent their girls off to school, and then they got busy writing the first of a new series of books for young adults. And the first book in the series is Capital Girls, and it concerns the adventures of well-off young Washingtonians. There's a lot of parties in this, lots of shopping, dating, powerful men, and a mysterious death as well. So the authors published a book under the dual pseudonym Ella Monroe, and they join us now. Thank you so much.
Thanks for having us. Thank you.
First off, how did Ella Monroe come up? Because your name, Maz Robber, and Amy Reingold is nothing like Ella Monroe. How'd you come up with that?
Publishers like to have single bylines on books. I think it's easier for readers to find them in the stores. And St. Martin's, our publisher, thought a sort of presidential sounding name would be good. And actually my mother's maiden name is Monroe. So we came up with Monroe, and we both admire Eleanor Roosevelt.
Okay.
So there you go.
So what gave you the idea behind this book? Now I understand you have both of you have girls that you met when they were kindergarten playmates. So that's kind of the backstory there. What really gave you the idea surrounding this to do this story?
Well, how hot D.C. had become when Obama was first running for president. Just the city became alive, and our kids were so excited about politics. And we thought, wow, this would maybe the idea of politics and teens and all the excitement and life of teens in D.C. could make a great book.
Give me an idea what we're going to notice in the book. I was reading some information about it that kind of, it feels like we're going to hear about and read about real places that we see and go to in D.C.
Yeah.
So this will really be an interesting book for people in the D.C. region.
Yeah, one of the characters is almost D.C. We tried to show what a great city it is. Beautiful, historic, fun, lots and lots of fun. Mostly the book is just about kids growing up. They're privileged, but every kid has sort of teen angst. But these kids are in the spotlight, and they also are pawns in their sort of parents' game playing. So that's the difference. But mostly it's just a really fun romp.
Yeah, we made because Capital Girls is about girls in the Capitol, and we're local, and we tried, as Maz said, that we wanted D.C. to be showcased as sort of a character in the book, because it's such an amazing place to live. And a lot of people, I think, from having spoken to friends, don't realize that D.C. is hometown for a lot of people.
I think
just a political center is what they think.
Right, they don't realize the life that goes on with it. Give me an idea, how much did some of the stories that are happening in Washington, D.C. influence what are in the three books, which the three books are already written and just one is out. So how much did that influence them?
Well, it's all, just a big sort of fantasy, but I used to be a reporter and covering, various scandals on Capitol Hill and Clinton. And you sort of, even back then, I kind of noticed the kids, although every president, I think, tries to protect their kids from whatever's going on, they still somehow are used to a certain extent. Chelsea was a buffer for her parents. And the Bush girls, they were caught underage drinking in Texas, and that was huge headlines.
That was huge, yeah.
So you kind of feel sorry for these kids in a lot of ways. As much as their parents try to protect them, there's only a certain amount they can do.
Now, I understand, too, in the book, part of it, you have some pretty big players. Like one girl is the daughter of the chief of staff to the president. So this is kind of what you're talking about.
Dating the president's son.
Dating the president's son. So that gives you an idea how, interesting it could definitely get. Let me ask you this. I have to ask you, how do your real life daughters, feel about this, or your real life children? Do a lot of people, are they afraid, are going to think, oh, that's a story about me, or not so much?
Well, I'm sure a lot of kids would think, oh, I can recognize this character or that, but nobody, it's just a composite of different stories, different people. Nobody is...
There were a couple of twists, though, early on that my daughter read and said, "Mom, you've got to take that out. That's too close to so-and-so."
Don't embarrass me, Mom.
Yeah, so we did.
All right. Well, thank you both. The book is Capital Girls, the first of three books that will be coming out. When does your next one come out again?
November 13th.
Okay,
Perfect
so you got another
timing.
one come out. Very interesting.
During the election, yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Thank you both for coming.